Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. It's a new week and it's a new Community Cup. Appreciate y'all being here. I'll be y'all's host, Tuglow. We live streaming at twitch.tv/Tuglow or YouTube LOL Tuglow OP for those that want to join in future Community Cups. We are here on Tuesdays, I guess technically Tuesday, depending on your time zone. 10:30 p.m. No, actually it's 9:30 p.m. Central Time. So today we are here with Community Cup number 18, and we have here some sprints, but this time we're gonna have Curren Chan be our late as far as the EPU, the extra point UMA, is concerned. So we do have a couple late Currens here. We've got Lyra with one, we've got Yotes with another, we've got Cruel with another, we've got Miyuki with one, and we've got Meifu with one as well. Now, with those extra point UMAs, don't forget, they give you the opportunity, as long as you get in top 5, to give you an extra 5 points just for the difficulty of building said UMA. And so while these moods are looking a little in shambles towards the bottom, as we go up, it does get better. And with these moods, we'll go ahead and get ready for this race today. Coming in at the, where's my number 3? Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we have, hold on, where are we at now? We've got Miyuki's. We got Miyuki's Curren Chan. At number 2, we've got Meifu's Curren Chan. And then at number 1, we've got Cruel's Curren Chan. Honestly, that feels very in the narrative for Cruel having the number 1 favorite. I can respect that. Today we're going to be here at the Niigata 1200 meter track. This is going to be a sprint, and while we did have the dirt 1200 meter last week, we are going to have the turf one this week. It may be a little different, it may be a little bit more chaotic. That's something that we are going to find out here today. And the other thing that I'm here to find out is, will these late Currens be able to get into that top 5? Now, just by the sheer amount of how many we have, I feel like they may have a decent opportunity at doing so, but it is a sprint and it is a very gambly track, so we're gonna have to take a look. Coming out the gates, though, with all those Currens that are going to be in that late position, it's okay for them to be back there. We've got Gundam Bourbon pushing forward, holding out for the first place, with a Curren Chan following behind her. In third, we've got a Sakura Bakushin O who's pushing up, fighting against the Maruzensky. And then we have all of our Curren Chan sitting in the back with that one King Halo. Will that King Halo be able to make it through, or will she get blocked in? We're going to have to look out for her. Mihono Bourbon is still going to be holding that number 1 spot, and this Curren Chan is going to be trying to push up as well. We have the Professor of Curvatures popping off, and however, the Maruzensky's unique is not giving her the most bang for her buck. As we turn around, 400 meters left in this corner, we have these Curren Chans who are going to be starting to push up. We've got the Sakura Bakushin O, who looks like she's going to be taking that first place for right now. We've got the Beeline Burst, the Turbo Sprints, the In-Body and Minds. They're trying to do their best to push forward, but Sakura Bakushin O is going to hold number 1. And then Gundam Bourbon, it looked like Gundam Bourbon may have held off that second place. And now when it comes to the Twitch prediction was asking for top 2. I don't think she got top 2. I don't think any Currens got top 2. That is crazy. Coming in at number 5, we've got the front-running Curren Chan from Awesome Cow. At number 4, we've got Yotes' Curren Chan with the late build. This is going to be an EPU, so he's going to get an extra 5 points added on to this. And it is not banned. That is probably the most important thing there for Yotes, depending on his account. He still has Curren Chan available to him for the rest of the month. Coming in at number 3, we've got Lyra's Curren Chan, who also placed late, which is even better because at least you got the EPU with a top 3 for it to be banned, rather than it not getting the EPU points. So that is massive stonks for Lyra. At second place, we've got Chenny's Gundam Bourbon. And then coming in at number 1, we've got Lucky's Sakura Bakushin O. Massive dubs. Massive dubs all around. GG's will be back with the next race momentarily. Following the EPU's resurgence in the first race, we now have going into the mile. Oh, this is not healthy. We're going to be looking for the TM Opera O's coming into this track. Now, we do have 3 of them. One has bad, one has awful, and one has normal. As far as the moods are concerned, and we do have a bet for one of them to be in the top 3. Now, TM Opera O does have the E in mile, and so some of these racers came out here today and said, we gonna show you how it's done and bring the Overlord into this race. Now, coming in at third place, excuse me, the third favorite is going to be Chenny's Fantasy El Condor Pasa. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we've got Cruel Seiyun Sky. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we've got Lyra's Seiyun Sky. Y'all already know I love it when it rains, when it pours, because when you sleep, you probably snore. And so we're gonna be here at the Tokyo 1800 meter track today. A lot of these racers, I believe, did not have any stamina recovery skills, so maybe the rain is gonna trip them up. We're gonna have a little slip and slide, and maybe they're gonna have to slip and slide into first place because they may gas out today. If you've been running CM3 and you don't have any blockers, you probably will see that your Seiyun Sky is probably popping off, unless you got that Smart Falcon cooking in the crock pot. She's a slow cook, but she gonna get you some dubs. Will Seiyun Sky turn around and be victorious here, or will TM Opera O take the spotlight for herself? As y'all know, we believe in the Pasa stonks around these parts here in this corner of the internet, and so seeing the Pasa jump out to first place is something that we are not going to be surprised by here today. As we're looking at this race, we're going to be looking at these wit checks to see which one is going to hit that first place. And currently, 1 is going to be Seiyun Sky, 2 is going to be El Condor Pasa, as she just surges up again. They're still fighting for first place. Fighting for third is going to be Seiyun Sky and Amaru Zensky. Behind them, we're going to have another Seiyun Sky with 3 of the TM Opera O's all clumped up together. In the very back, we are going to have the El Condor Pasa Fantasy and that Narita Taishin. With 800 meters left to go in this race, our characters are going to be rounding this corner, and it looks like Seiyun Sky going to be holding that first place, and she may be going fishing. She does hit that angling and scheming, and as you can see, she is taken off with a vengeance. This El Condor Pasa normal is going to be trying to push forward as well, but the gap that was created makes it not even close. Seiyun Sky says, I got me a bite. I'm finna reel him in because I got me a first place today. Rain or shine, we out here taking dubs. And it looks like, I believe, was that Fantasy El Condor Pasa that took a random second place? Am I tripping, or was that the normal one? Hold on now, partner. What you talking about? What you talking about? What? No way, that's crazy. Oh, man. Okay, so let's take a look at our EPUs. I didn't do it on the last one. That is my bad. So we have in 9th place, we've got Lucky's TM Opera O. I'm very curious if that was a stam check or not, especially with that rain. We've got Mayfu's TM Opera O as well. That, you know, again, I'm very curious, was that a stam check there or not? Coming in, let's see. Ooh! 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 Oh, dude, Galga Chad coming in 5th place, getting him some EPU pointage right here. Galga with the TM Opera O in the top 5. automatically gets 6 points. That's ridiculously insane. As you can see here on that stamina, we are cooking just a little bit more, and maybe that was enough to tip the scales in his favor and allow him to claim that top 5. Coming in at 4, we've got Awesome Cows Maruzensky. Coming in at 3, we've got Yotz's Narita Taishin. Coming in at 2, it was the Passa Stonks, baby. The Passa Stonks. It don't even matter. It don't even matter if it's not the normal one. The Passa Stonks continue to rise. We've got the Fantasy El Condor Passa popping off. And then we've got at number 1, we've got Lyra's Seiyun Sky. GG's. We will be back with the next race. Don't go anywhere. We're back with race number 3, ladies and gentlemen. And as we take a look going into this race, we're going to be looking for the end closing Teios, the Tokai Teio. End closer Teio. I did attempt this for, I think it was CM2. Let's just say it did not go that great. So maybe today, maybe these trainers are going to be able to show me a thing or two and show me how to run the end closer Teio. So we're going to be looking at Lyra's Tokai Teio. We're going to be looking at Lucky's Tokai Teio and Miyuki's Tokai Teio as well. Now, while they are the ones that we're going to be spotlighting for the EPUs, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be the number 1 favorites to win these races. These favorites, though, are going to be coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Yotz's Seiyun Sky. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we've got Chenny's El Condor Passa. And then coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got Galga's Taiki Shuttle. Now, one thing that I will say before we start this race, we're going to be at the Hanshin 2,000 meter turf. And with these Tokai Teios, for me personally, the biggest issue that I see is, are you going to have the mid-game skills to push them forward? One thing that makes it even more difficult is her growth rates are going to be speed and stamina. So when you're hitting speed, you're just not getting enough power there to help kind of compensate for that broken foot or leg. It does make it a little tougher. So maybe that's why she doesn't have that strength. However, as we have noted, the El Condor Passa Stonks are always here and they are always ever on the rise. Will she continue to keep those stonks going, or will they somehow fall? We also have here a winning ticket that is going to be trying her best to see if she can pop off here today. Again, with this 2,000 meter track, it is going to be that medium distance, so we are going to be looking for a little bit of a longer race compared to what we've seen so far. As we're going in this race, we do have what looks to be the only Seiyun Sky in the race and the only front runner. So that means there may actually be a chance for these Tokai Teios to cook. There may be a chance for these pace chasers to cook. Seiyun Sky doesn't have anybody else to bounce off of, so there's a very big possibility that she will just be swallowed up by the crowd and get overtaken very early and very quickly. With about 1,000 meters left to go in this race, we're still looking to see who's going to be moving forward. As we look, the end closing Tokai Teios are starting to creep forward, and they are starting to look to get into position to make their move. As we go into the final leg, the angling and scheming has now procced. The shooting for victory has procced. And will Seiyun Sky be able to create a big enough lead, or is the gap just not there? Taiki Shuttle is saying, hey, I'm on your heels, and we're looking for a race. Tokai Teio in third. We've got El Condor Passa in fourth. The end closing Tokai Teios are nowhere to be found. We've got one bobbing and weaving through the crowd. Seiyun Sky and Taiki Shuttle are racing for first, and Taiki's going to claim first place over the Seiyun Sky. Just not enough room from the Seiyun Sky to really close out the race, even though she got her a couple fishes. With the angling and the scheming, just was not enough. And you know what? I'm totally okay with that. So down here, we'll take a look at the EPUs for today. That's what makes it tough. That's what makes it tough. We've got this Tokai Teio. We've got Lyra's Tokai here. We've got Miyuki's Tokai Teio here. Then we've got Lucky's Tokai Teio as well. I'm curious. I'm wondering if they would have had, like, maybe pump some iron. Maybe that could have cooked a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. But in 5th place, we've got Chenny's El Condor Pasa. No shot. No shot. Meifu with the Tokai Teio getting the 4th place, claiming the EPU points with the end closing Tokai Teio. Absolutely cooking. We do have the anchors away, so that's going to give us a little bit of that extra mid-game right there. I'm curious if the Tokai Teio actually was able to get this to proc as well. Not 100% sure. We don't get to see white skills, which does kind of suck. But that is massive gaming for that Tokai Teio. At 3rd place, we got Prodigal Dog's Tokai Teio, but this is going to be a pace chaser, so we don't get the EPU points, but we still do get that 3rd place podium, which is going to be very nice. In 2nd, we've got Yotz's Seiyun Sky trying to cook up on the medium. Unfortunately, there were no other frontrunners, and it is going to be what it is going to be. Oh, wait, did you get your front? I don't know where you were here, and I don't know if it was right-handed or not. And then we have Galga's Taiki Shuttle popping off and getting that 1st place on the mile. Or excuse me, on the medium track. I saw Mightiest Miler and I'm like, oh yeah, totally won on a mile. But no, absolutely destroyed on this medium track. GG's, we'll be back with the next race very soon. We are back with our 4th race. And this is going to be a long. And this is going to be a long. Matter of fact, it's going to be a long. And so right now, we're going to be spotlighting, I should say, our Gundam Bourbons here today. Now, I did ask that they join in on the longs. However, something that's going to be a little bit difficult is that because it is a long, a lot of them may not have the stamina to make it. However, because they have lower speed, they may not be using as much stamina. So we're going to have to take a look. We're going to have to see how they're going to play off of each other. Or will they gas out and just kind of be screwed with everybody else? So going into this track today, stamina and endurance is going to be the key for victory. But before that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the number 3 favorite. We've got Prodigal Dog's Gundam Bourbon. At the number 2 favorite, we've got Galga's Daiwa Scarlet. And just a little bit over yonder, we've got Yotz's Symboli Rudolph as the number 1 favorite. Today we're going to be here at the Nakayama 3,600 meter track. And when I said it's a long, we're going to be here for a long. If you've seen the 2nd episode of the anime, do note that one of the keys to victory is that while having the endurance and the stamina for the body is a very crucial thing, it's even more important to have the mental strength. Going through here, running as quickly as these Umas are going to be going, they're going to gas out even quicker. But it's going to take a massive toll on the mental. So will these Umas be mentally strong enough to make it through this race? Now, for some people, they were lucky enough to not have their gold ships banned out against themselves in week 1. So now they are actually getting to take advantage of it in this week's race with this 3,600 meter long. We do have the 3 Gundam Bourbons who are going to be fighting for 1st place alongside the Megiddo McQueen. Following behind her, we're going to be looking at the Daiwa Scarlet, who's going to be our pace chaser. We do have, following behind them, the Symboli Rudolph and the gold ships, as well as a Mihono Top Gun sitting a little bit further in the back. As we're looking to start the very intense and very gruesome race that is before them, with 2,800 meters left to go. The McQueen is on the outside. I don't know if she's pushing up a little too early alongside the other Gundam Bourbon, but they are trying to secure good positioning early in this race to see if they can save stamina and save their strength for the finale of this race. Now, one Gundam Bourbon is going to go ahead and take the lead. Following behind is going to be that Vegeta McQueen. At 3-4, we're going to have the Gundam Bourbons, and at 5, the Daiwa Scarlet. We can't even see how far back the other gold ships and the Mihono Top Gun and the Rudolph are, just because there's such a massive gap between everybody. 2,000 meters left in the race. The end closers feel like they're doing quite all right, keeping their stamina in check and making sure, hey, are those fronts too far ahead, or do we need to start moving? As we hit that 1,800 meter mark, the gold ships have now used their unique, and they're going to start slowly making their way forward. The Vegeta McQueen is taking first place. She's on the inner rails, so she's going to have a little bit better positioning, and with that positioning, she's going to look to try to keep her pace going into this final leg very soon. Gundam Bourbon is taking first place away from her, and now Vegeta McQueen is in an awkward position. As we start the final leg, we're going to see, does anybody have the stamina to start their final spurt now, or will they have to wait a little bit longer? We do have one gold ship who is already kicking into gear. Another one right behind. 1,000 meters left to go. A Gundam Bourbon has already started spurting. Then, following behind her is going to be a gold ship running in. And she said, hey, you better watch yourself, because I think this race is going to belong to me. This gold ship has now overtaken for first place. Gundam Bourbon sitting in second. We've got 3-4 going to another gold ship. It looks like they're going to try to push forward and see if they can catch up to the Gundam Bourbon, and it looks like they may be able to do so. Symboli Rudolph following in track, and to see if they can get ahead of that Gundam Bourbon. She's trying her best to stay alive, but she is fighting for second with everything on the line. This gold ship at the lead has basically distanced herself between her and the rest of the pack to take away that first place. Symboli Rudolph stunningly takes the second place. I believe 3-4 goes to the gold ship, and I believe that was 5th place for potentially the Gundam Bourbon. Now, as we take a look at our units here, we've got Miyuki's Gundam Bourbon with the 8th place. Now, this is what I was mentioning earlier, is that just because the speed is low does not necessarily mean that the stamina is going to take as big of a hit, because you're not having a higher top speed, you're not running as fast, so you're not depleting your stamina as quickly. The unfortunate thing is, because there are other people that have this good stamina and have good speed, we are going to fall behind just a little bit. The next Gundam Bourbon that we had was Meifu's, looking a little bit better with the speed and the stamina. However, I do believe still gasses out just because of the singular stamina recovery skill. And, ooh, ain't no way. So we had that Twitch prediction. It was, will a Gundam Bourbon get top 5? And one person, I ain't gonna name no names, said, this is gonna be the easiest bet ever. Give me some free points. Threw down the 50K. And what I'm seeing before me today is a 5th place Gundam Bourbon. Prodigal Dog popping off. And this is where we see that lower speed, but with a little bit higher stamina, we're not gonna gas ourselves out, because we are not burning through the stamina as quickly. How this got top 5 is probably because of that reason right there. Coming in at number 4, we've got Chenny's gold ship. At 3, we've got Lyra's gold ship. Love to see all those stamina skills as needed. In second place, we've got Yotz's Simbali Rudolph with that 1124 stamina with the 2 golds and that lower speed like I was mentioning. And then in first place by the distance, I was honestly joking because it just felt like it was that far apart, but it was actually by the distance. Awesome Cow's gold ship, absolute demolishing the entirety of the other racers. Incredible performance here today by Awesome Cow's gold ship. GG's. We'll be back with our dirt race momentarily. Don't you go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the last qualifying race for group number A. And we're going to be spotlighting the Maruzenskis here on the dirt track. Now with this course, it is going to be a medium track. Nobody knew what it was going to be. And so we did have 2 brave enough souls to bring in their Maruzenskis here today. Now we have a massive bet on the Twitcher side. Is Will Maruzenski, will either one get top 5 for this racetrack? I believe we had 83,000 points voting yes, and we had 52,000 points, or maybe 55,000 points voting no. So, I mean, we've got a lot of believers here today. Let me know, do you think a Maruzenski will get top 5 here today? Coming in at the number 3 favorite is way down yonder. We've got Yotz's Oguri Cap. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we got Prodigal Dog's Taiki Shuttle. And then coming in, hold on, I think I can get that. Whoa! Coming in at the number 1 favorite, we've got Cruel's Smart Falcon. Now we will be here at the Oi 2,000 meter dirt track. Now what makes it difficult is that this is going to be a medium distance. So these Maruzenskis, Lord help their souls, they are just shy of about 600 stamina. Maybe they have a chance of making it. Maybe if their swinging maestros hit. Maybe if their particular skills hit to kind of help them get through this race. However, this is going to be a massive gamble. I myself said I don't think they would get into top 5, so maybe they'll prove me wrong as well. But one thing that I have very much been enjoying is that we have been seeing so many EPUs in group number A. Will they continue to cook here today, or will they fall through the cracks? Right now, we do have fighting into first place position is going to be Maruzenski. Following behind suit is going to be the Smart Falcons. Now, it's very important for a Smart Falcon to actually get first place so they can use their unique. However, this Maruzenski is doing an amazing job cutting them off and not allowing them to pull ahead with their unique. Pulling behind into that second place, fighting for it right now is going to be both the Smart Falcons and that Maruzenski. She's held first place long enough, so she's at least shut down those 2 Smart Falcons. Coming in at 4-5, we've got the Oguri Cap and the Taiki Shuttle. Falling behind suit is going to be all the rest of the Oguri Caps. Because it's a medium distance on the dirt, this is the best thing that many racers had to offer today. However, that Maruzenski is still holding strong with 800 meters left to go in this race. Smart Falcon falling behind in second and third. Now, as we're pushing forward into the final leg, everybody's going to be looking to be more aggressive to see what they can do and to see how they can cook once we start progressing. Oguri Cap is pushing forward. We've got shooting for victory. We've got the red shift, but it's just not enough. Oguri Cap has taken her lead. Taiki Shuttle's trying to take it away, but it's a race dead heat. I mean, it's neck and neck. Taiki Shuttle, Oguri Cap, Taiki Shuttle, Oguri Cap. I don't know who's going to get it, but it's going down to the wire, and it looks like Taiki Shuttle's oh my god! That was a good one right now, buddy. That one was a good race right there. Holy moly. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Now, we gonna have to take a look. I don't want to spoil you now. We gonna take a look. Now, coming in at 10th, we do have Lyra's Marozensky. Again, being that it was a medium track, and not knowing that it was going to be medium, the stamina was a little bit low. But that's all right. I got mad respect for running the EPU here today. Oh, no! Oh my days. By 2.5 lengths, I would say that it was potentially the B medium. Maybe there would have been a chance if the medium was A. However, that 567 stamina feeling just a little too low. Taking those points away was Galga's Oguri cap by 2.5 lengths. Coming into the 5th place. Coming in at 4th, we've got Cruel's Smart Falcon. Coming in at 3rd place, we've got Chenny's Oguri cap. And now we can kind of see that stamina. Now, of course, we are going to be a pace chaser here, so we do need a little bit more stamina. But you see with that about 700, 1 gold, 1 white, was definitely more than enough to allow us a podium. At 2nd place, we've got Yotz's Oguri cap. And then at 1st place, we've got Prodigal Dog's Taiki Shuttle coming out bang, 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 bang with that 1st place. And what was that? By the neck. Oh, that was a good race. That was a good race right there. GG's to Group A. We'll tally up the points very quickly and we'll see what happens. And now we'll take a look at Group number A's final points. As we scroll ahead, we can kind of see, oh, Yotes with the 22 to solidify his 1st place. Now, if we take a look, he did get the 5-pointer here, which was from the EPU, which enabled him to get just a little bit ahead. However, even without it, he would have had 17 points, and that still would have netted him that 1st place. But look at the difference with the EPUs. Lyra getting a +5 here would have been down to 11 points. Would not have even been in the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, would have been 6th place. However, Lyra's now in 2nd place. So these EPUs are really playing a massive part. If you believe you can get a strong enough one, I highly encourage that you bring in the EPUs to these races. However, that's going to be it for Group number A. We'll be back with Group number B here momentarily. Don't y'all go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Group number B. And unfortunately, to my heartbreak, we have no EPUs. However, that does not mean that we will not have a good race. Now, some of the players here did have the Curren Chan bend against them. I would love to assume that they would have used an EPU, but that is neither here nor there, because right here we have Roy D coming in with the Sagara Bakushin O at the number 3 favorite. A little bit further over yonder, we've got Kunoko's King Halo coming in at the number 2 favorite. And we have right here is Butosei's Sakura Bakushin O coming in at the number 1 favorite. Now we have no debuffs. We have no overlapping Umas. Everybody is clean. They made sure that they don't have any crazy like people from last week. They got the bands in order. Everything is a-okay. We are here at the Niigata 1200 meter turf. Today is the day that is going to be a little bit more difficult than last week, because last week we did have 3 groups. However, as time rolled in, we had more people coming in. My first group was a little bit bare on the players. My second group is going to be chonky on the Umas. So the difference maker here is, will you get blocked, or will you find a way to thread the needle? And so we're going to find that out here today with so many Umas out here running and gunning. We do have a Sakura Bakushin O who's going to lead the way in the first place. Fuji Kiseki is also going to be trying to fight for that first place as well. We've got Curren Chans and Taiki Shuttles all bunched up together in that pace chasing area. Behind them, we do have the King Halos. Now, halfway through the mid leg, we have Sakura Bakushin O at 1, 2, 3. Fuji Kiseki, she's trying her best to keep up, but will she be able to push forward and make something happen? Maybe even a miracle happen today. 400 meters left, and we have now entered the final leg. Look at Curren. Her unique just popped off, and now she's in first place. All of a sudden, Curren Chan is fighting for first against Sakura Bakushin O on the inner rail. It's Sakura pulling ahead, and Curren said, "Hold on, let me take that." She actually got first place. Oh my days! What do you mean, bro? Oh! First place by a head. Oh my goodness. Curren Chan stealing away the victory. Now, as you can see here, we do have a lot of big name runners potentially getting blocked, potentially not making it through, but that does not matter because in 5th place we do have Kunoko's King Halo. In 4th place we've got Kalua's Sakura Bakushin O. In 3rd place we've got Roy D's Sakura Bakushin O. And this is where things start to get interesting. Now we're getting bands layered on layered. We've got Horion coming in 2nd with the Sakura Bakushin O. Woo! Losing out by a head. And in number 1, we do have Hidden's Pace, Curren Chan. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with race number 2 momentarily. We are back with race letter 2, where we're going to be spotlighting these TM Opera O's. We are looking to see if they can get into top 3 for this Twitch bet. However, a lot of people are believing in the TM Opera O, and we got a cheeky, sneaky little doubter. Now with these TM Opera O's, they are going to be the EPU. I almost said EPU Umas, but it's going to be the EPU characters. So they will have a chance to get those extra points for this race going into this mile here today. And without any further ado, we're going to be looking at the number 3 favorite right here. We've got Kalua's TM Opera O. Coming in at the number... Oh, hold on. I think I can get that one. Hoo-yah! Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we've got Hidden's Air Groove. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite, we've got Butosei's Brass Wonder. Now, with this race here today, we're going to be at the Tokyo 1800 meter turf with the spotlight shining on TM Opera O. Will she be able to show us a race like never seen before, or will we just kind of fall to the wayside and just experience something that we've seen already? I'm really hoping that TM Opera O shines here today, especially with so many more Umas. Maybe there's a chance that her unique is going to be able to proc, or maybe she just gets blocked and thrown to the wayside. However, I still do have PTSD from that Air Groove. That's going to be something that we need to make sure does not catch us off guard. As we start the race today, I do want to mention we do have a Summer Marozensky joining us for the first time ever in this Community Cup. She was pulled earlier today. They made the character, and now she is here. Will she be able to pop off, or will she gas out? I think she had like 300 and some change stamina, so we're going to have to watch and see what she does. However, if one thing is for certain, she is definitely looking good. The number 1 spot, we're fighting between a normal Marozensky and a Same Sky. Silent Suzuka is trying to put her name in that ballot. However, Seiyun Sky is running away with it here right now. We've got the 3 TM Opera O's sitting in that pace chasing spot as they're looking to make their way forward. 800 meters left to go. And now we have the red shifts popping off. We've got the Gourmands. We've got all the skills popping. However, now we're entering into that final leg. Angling and scheming has gone off. Seiyun Sky is pushing forward, and that gap is getting massive. TM Opera O is looking to make a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and the Grass Wonders are trying to bob and weave. However, Seiyun Sky is too far ahead. They're trying to push forward, but she's just got a lead like seen no other, like none other. However, with the TM Opera O, that's Seiyun Sky gassed out, like literally at the very end, and those TM Opera O's were just zooming in. That was very, very nerve-wracking. However, the Sky was able to make it through. We all good. We are all good. Now, when we take a look at what we have here, we've got Taiki's TM Opera O. Very surprised that this did not make it through, especially on a mile. However, I've gotta wonder, was this because maybe they didn't get 6th place? Maybe they got blocked as well. I'm not 100% sure, but that was very unfortunate. Coming in at 5th place, we do have Horion's Grass Wonder. At 4th place, we've got Hidden's Air Groove. At 3rd place, we've got Kalua's TM Opera O, while also snagging that extra 5 points, so getting a total of 8 points with this EPU. Massive juice right here. Very good. Coming in at that 2nd spot, though, we've got Feast the Beast TM Opera O. Crazy performance here by both of these TM Opera O's. Both of them getting those extra 5 points. This is going to net him 9 points in total. And coming in 1st place, we've got Curious with the Seiyun Sky. However, because of these EPUs, is only going to get enough to have 3rd place as far as points are concerned. Still a wonderful race, and very clean when it came to sweeping the rest of the competition out of this race. GG's, we'll be back with the next race momentarily. Ladies and gents, we are back with the next race. And apparently the last track was very rigged as far as moods. This one bad, 1 awful, 2 awful, 2 bad, 3 bad. You know, this was kind of rigged too, because both the end closing Teos, who are the EPUs that we want to highlight, both of them got absolutely destroyed mood-wise. Maybe they just don't want to be here. Maybe they don't want to play end. But they gonna have to run with the carrots that they were given. Coming in at the number 3 spot, number 3 favorite, we've got Pavlova's Mihono Top Gun. At the number 2 spot, we've got Feast the Beast, Maruzensky. And at the number 1 spot, we have, right here, the Curiously's TM Opera O. Now, we are going to be here at the Hanshin 2,000 meter turf. I'll have a little bit more leeway as far as distance to run. But with so many Umas here, will they be able to go the distance? Will they be able to bob and weave through the crowd? It's all about understanding the timing about when to push forward and when to give a little bit of room. So we're going to see what these Umas are made of. Are they smart enough? Are they quick enough? And will they have that all too important endurance to make it through today's race? Now, if I were going to have to put any money on this, I did sneak peek a look at the Tokai Teios, and if either one of these get top 5, I will be extremely happy. However, it is going to be very tough for them, as per usual, the typical Teio problems are still ever occurring. As of right now, we do have the Mihono Top Gun, who's going to be leading the pack in first place. We do have following behind her the Megiddo McQueen and that Marozensky. Now, the thing is we have so many people that are pushing up very fast and very quickly. We do have the TM Opera O fighting for that fourth place with the Oguri Cap. Oh, what just happened here? We just got a massive pace down from a Megiddo McQueen. She was fighting for second, and now she's in like 6th or 7th place as of right now. That was a massive hit to her positioning. As we're moving forward through this race, we have the late surgers and the end closers pushing forward right now. Gold Ship halfway through the group, 800 meters left to go. Marozensky's pushing forward into that first place. Mihono Top Gun is kind of ceding the position to the Marozensky. We do have the TM Opera O ulti going off. We've got the Duty of Dignity calls, but we also have the Lamborghini driving her way through into first place. Marozensky holding first place. TM Opera O, Oguri Cap, and now Nice Nature threading the needle, all fighting for second. Will somebody be able to catch up to Marozensky? Maybe Gold Ship. She said, you got a car, but I got a boat, but this car just goes too fast on land, baby. Okay. Oh my days. What do you mean? I thought we were about to have the yacht pull up, but she said, nope, we finna skedaddle. And that Lamborghini is just too quick. Marozensky grabbing the first place. Whew, that was way too close. That was way too close for comfort. Unfortunately so, both of my end closers are going to... Oh. Eh? Oh, I didn't even notice the stam. Oh, that stam was way too low. Hold on now. Oh, it was the guts. It was the guts. Okay. Never mind. Whew. I was like, wait a minute. I thought this looked good earlier. And then, yeah, it was the guts. Okay. So both of my Teios are going to end up in that technically last place. I am just the camera Uma. Very unfortunate here. They did their best, but that was, that's the life of running Teio right now. But coming in 5th place, we do have Pavlova with the Mihono Top Gun. We've got Curiously with the TM Opera O. In 3rd place, we got Roy D's Oguri Cap. Big juicer here, big juicer. In 2nd place, we got Draguin's Gold Ship. Almost threading the needle and showing them that maybe boats can function on land. However, it's just not as good as a car. Feast the Beast, Marozensky coming in on 1st place. GG's. We're going to be back with our 4th race. Don't go anywhere. We are here with the ever infamous Long. As we take a look at our moods, I don't think it's looking too terrible. I think it's a little bit, okay, maybe it's looking a little terrible, yeah. This is definitely looking terrible. Never mind. I'm gonna have to take that one back. I will say though, this is gonna be a very difficult race, with our spotlight casting on to the Mihono Bourbons, aka the Gundam Bourbons. It is gonna be a very difficult track for them, especially with the lack of the stamina that I have been seeing. So will they fall prey to the ever infamous 3600 meter, or will they be praying for a miracle and something actually happens? That's what we are going to find out momentarily. However, first off, we're going to have Hidden's Agnes Tachyon in the 3rd favorite. Where's my 2nd favorite? Coming in at the 2nd favorite, we've got Kunoko's Super Creek. She is super creaky. And then way down yonder, we've got Curiously's Gold Ship coming in as the number 1 favorite. Now, we do have a little Twitch bet. We've got will the Gundam Bourbons make it into the top 5 for this race once again? Not a big bet. However, it is still going to be something that we need to watch out for. One thing that there is to note is one of these Super Creeks had like 1198 guts. So, will she be able to make it through this race? Or will this come down to, she just gonna do what she can do? Another thing to note is that we do have so many gold ships in this race. And as y'all know, 3600, we've got the end closers. We've got that crazy unique for the gold ship. This may be their time to shine. They may get a little bit of juice out of it, or maybe, just maybe the Gundam Bourbons will be able to cook and push forward into this race, hoping to make a miracle happen out of nowhere, doing it on their own accord. As we've started this race, we do have the Gundam Bourbons in 1, 2, 3. We've got the Super Creeks following behind them. We've got the Oguri Cap in the very back, kind of grouped up with the gold ships as well. We also have a couple Agnes Tachyons here, as well as a Tokai Teio. The Go Home Specialist procs for all the gold ships, and now we're going to be looking to see how strong are these Umas here today. How mentally solid are they going to be in today's race? As we're pushing forward into that 1-2, we do have a Gundam Bourbon already securing the lead, securing good positioning, and seeing if they can coast their way until that final spurt happens. About 2200 meters left in this race, and Super Creek's unique finally procs. Thankfully, at least, she gets her unique. Now one of them does have unruffled the skill. However, I was thinking that they would be a little bit more packed up, a little bit tighter together. However, they're all spread out in a single file line. Everybody's just kind of doing their own thing, just kind of pacing themselves as this race kind of unfolds before us. 1800 meters left to go. That means we're halfway through the race, and that means the gold ship's uniques have started proccing, and now they're going to look to get into position to get ready for this final leg and start on that final spurt. As the rest of our stamina recovery skills finally proc, now we're going to start seeing the gold ships ever slowly pushing forward. We do have one Gundam Bourbon who has already fallen behind. As we've entered into the final leg, the Gundam Bourbons at 1-2 are starting to push even harder. The Super Creek is now going forward, and now off to the races. The Gundam Bourbon that was in second place started the spurt, and you can see as she's darting off like she's got to owe some people some money, and she ain't trying to pay up to date. However, the debt collectors are coming in. We've got 2, 3, 4 on the gold ship, and they said, hey buddy, it's time to pay. They've already taken their lead in first and second place, and now third, and now fourth, all taken over by gold ship. Now Gundam Bourbon is sitting in fifth. Will she be able to hold that fifth place for the Twitch points, or will somebody else come in and take it away from her? Agnes Tachyon looks like she's trying to do her best. However, at 1, 2, 3, 4, we have gold ship all in a single file line, rolling into the finish line. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last but not least, in the fifth place was gonna be the Gundam Bourbon. Actually did the do and made it happen. Ooh, she actually, hey, I'm just saying, I said I would have bet yes on the Gundam Bourbon being top 5. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. For the EPUs, we've got Ameris's? Yeah. Gundam Bourbon here. We've got Soul's Gundam Bourbon here. That's stamina. Looking very tough, very tough. Coming in at the 5th place, we do have Feast Gundam Bourbon sliding on in and grabbing that EPU point right there. Yes, sir. In suit, in 4th place, we've got Horion's gold ship. Not too bad. In 3rd, we've got Curious's gold ship. Whoo! Come on, help me now. In 2nd, we've got Kalua's gold ship. Whew. Look at all these stamina recovery skills. Yes, sir. That's what I like to see. And in 1st place, Roy D. holding it down. Said, let me show y'all how it's done. Get y'all some of this gold ship right here. GG's. We'll be back with our dirt race momentarily. If I've ever seen a targeted terrible mood, so literally only on the Haru and an Oguri cap. And then that doesn't matter for me, but everybody else is looking normal and above. Today we're gonna see, will we be able to turn around and have an Oguri cap get top 2? And then this Maruzensky, I would say we could take a look at. However, having that D aptitude in dirt is gonna be relatively worrying. As we go ahead and head into this race, we're gonna look at our top 3 favorites. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we've got Draguin's El Condor Pasa. Coming in at the number 2 spot, way down yonder, we've got Curiously's Oguri Cap. And then coming in at the number 1 spot, we do have Hidden's Oguri Cap as well. Now, as you do see, we have a couple El Condor passes sprinkled into this mix. And as y'all know, in these parts, in this neck of the woods, we do enjoy the Pasa stonks. I would love to assume that she's going to continue here today, showing us the way to win, the way to victory, if you will. Here at the Oi Dirt Racetrack, 2,000 meter is what we're going to be running. Having it as a medium makes a lot of things a little bit more spicy or irritating, just depending on which side of the coin that you are sitting on. Now, as we get into this race, we do have a couple Smart Falcons, so we need to be watching out for which Smart Falcon is going to take the lead and be able to proc their unique once we get into the beginning of this middle leg. These Smart Falcons are going to be running and gunning as quickly as they can. However, it looks like they're all in a dead set for first place, but the one in the middle is going to be the one that's going to take off and grab the first place. RD Gamer is going to claim the Smart Falcon unique. Will he be able to turn around and keep that lead, or will he give up the lead to somebody else? As we're moving forward, we have so many people in that pace chasing position. We do have a Maruzensky who looks like she's fallen down by the wayside. Maybe because it's that D aptitude, but it could be any number of things. We do have Oguri Caps that are pushing forward, Maruzensky as well, and the El Condor Pasa. We do have so many Oguri Caps that are sitting in the back waiting to make their move. With 1,000 meters left, when will they make their move? We have one Oguri who's already fighting for second place. I believe it could be RD Gamer Smart Falcon who's holding that first place position, but as we're going to get into this final leg, it's going to be very difficult. Oguri is already here. There is no more waiting. She is here, and she is going to look to take the first place away from me. Smart Falcon, what are you going to do? Somebody help me. Oguri Cap is going to take the lead with first place. El Condor Pasa is going to look to try to do the same, but she's fighting for second. Oguri on the outside is trying to push up as well. However, there's no distance being made. Oguri Cap initially is going to take first place, second place going to Oguri, and I believe it may have been a Smart Falcon third. It was here. Yeah, I think it was a Smart Falcon third, actually. Ruh-roh, Raggy. You know, it's funny, I was looking for a first or second place for my Oguri Caps. However, it wasn't an or that I was given, it was an and, because they both took first and second. Unfortunately for this Maruzensky, that D aptitude was just too much to overcome, and she did get thrown away in the dumpster of 9th place. However, on a brighter note, RD Gamer's Smart Falcon came in 5th place. 4th place is going to go to Draguin's El Condor Pasa. Taiki's Smart Falcon is going to claim the 3rd place, getting a podium, getting a couple points there. Hidden is going to claim 2nd place with the Oguri Cap. Oh, even S in Dirt. Wow, nice. And Kahlua is going to grab that first place spot with the Oguri cap. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with our last and final race of the night. That is going to be the Twitchers versus YouTubers. Don't go anywhere. For the final points for group number 2. Woo-hoo! Man, what a killer group. Feast popping off with 20 points. Kahlua coming in very closely with the 19. Roy D and Hidden tying for 11. And curiously, sneaking in with that 10 points to round off the top 5. GG's. The ever infamous Twitchers versus YouTubers. I did remember the notepad. Bam, got him. We are here with the ever infamous Twitchers versus YouTubers. We actually have a even split down the middle. We've got Galga, a Twitcher, Hidden, a Twitcher, Draguin, a YouTuber, Curiously, a Twitcher, Horion, a Twitcher, Yotes, a Twitcher, Roy D, a Twitcher, Kahlua, Feast, and Lyra, all on the YouTubers side. Now, if we take a look at the moods, you either left, right, or center. There is no, diagonal on this. Well, except for me, but I'm the camera Uma. So, it looks like it's going to be a tough one here today. We are going to see who will be this week's winner. Before we get started, as we always do, we'll take a... Huh? What? That's crazy. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we got Seriously's Vodka. Or as I like to say, Wodka. We ain't even gonna count my Uma. I'm the camera Uma and I'm the second favorite. Oh my days. Maybe I can hooyah! At the number 1 favorite, we've got Draguin's Seiyun Sky. Now, this is going to be a very heavy front race here at the Kokura 1800 meter turf final. The legendary Twitchers versus YouTubers. Place your bets, take your bets, make your bets. Because one way or another, we gonna have shmonies and points being all thrown around. Now, we do have the nice nature, and it is a nice nature. As y'all know, we do not allow debuffs here at the Community Cup. Now, will we have some gamblers actually pay off like this, Wodka, or will these front runners run away with it and not give anybody any chance to do any skadoodling? Beast coming out with taking the lead, looking to try to have that first place position against these other Seiyun Skies. As y'all know, here we believe in the Passa Stonks. But when it comes to these Seiyun Skies, there are so many juicy Seiyun Skies, and it's going to make things very difficult. As we have these Professor of Curvatures popping off, we do have 3 different Wodkas here today. We do have that pace Curren Chan, who's going to try to do her best to see what she can do as this race progresses. Now we have a lot of pacing up going on right now as the fight for first place continues between the Seiyun Sky and the El Condor Passa. We do have in 5th place that Curren Chan. In 6, 7, and 8, we do have the Wodkas. These Wodkas are going to turn around and potentially cook. However, that 6th place is not even being fought for. 600 meters left in this race. We're entering into the final leg. All 3 Seiyun Skies have been denied their angling and their scheming. Now, as the El Condor Passa is going to turn towards the final straight, she's going to try to see if she can keep the lead as she continues forward. The encroaching shadow procs. The 3 Wodkas are here, and they are claiming their victory right here, right now. All 3 just took the lead, and only one of them claims first place. Now, who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be the winner? I got no clue. However, I do know it's gonna be a Wodka by the neck. And as we take a look, No spoilers, y'all already know that. Y'all already know, no spoilers. Now we do have Roy D at the bottom with the same sky. That is a Twitcher. We've got Lyra with the nice nature. That is a YouTuber. In 8th place, we've got Hidden with the Curren Chan, another Twitcher. In 7th place, we've got Yotz's Narita Taishin, another Twitcher. In 6th place, we've got the S-rated Seiyun Skies, Draguin Seiyun Sky, a YouTuber. Coming in the 5th place, we've got Horion's Seiyun Sky, I believe was filling in for a YouTuber. Coming into 4th place, we've got Feast El Condor Pasa. Coming into 3rd place, we've got Galga's Wodka. Drumroll. And coming in for the winner for Community Cup number 18 for the Twitchers versus YouTubers, we have curiously taking the lead and securing that number 1 spot in the Twitchers versus YouTubers epic battle. Kahlua grabbing 2nd barely by the neck, was not able to bring it home for the YouTubers. Great stat line here. However, that wit makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. Yep, dang. Actually crazy, actually crazy. GG's, ladies and gents. Thank y'all so much for being here. Like I say, always, I appreciate y'all's participation. I could never do this without y'all. If you want to participate in the Community Cup, be sure to come to the stream on Tuesdays around 9:30 p.m. Central Time. That's when we'll start the stream. We'll go for it and see how we roll from there, and then we'll get our groups going and have more races. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Be sure to follow if you want to watch on Twitch in the future. And hopefully we'll see you here on either Tuesday or Friday for either community event. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.